We are here. Hello. There has been talks in the midst of this channel. What would a person do if they decided that they were going to make a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game? That's what I'm doing. I don't know when this even came up. We started talking about it. I'm like, I could do this. And you guys are like, you could? I'm like, yeah, it's literally making a slideshow. That's why. I'll show you. I'm going to teach you how to code a little bit. Maybe not even code, but just fundamental steps of thinking about how you should make something. A game project, so let's just get into it. Oh, he's live again. He sure is. He sure is. Let me post this to the interwebs that he's live. The stream has begun. Welcome. Hello. Greetings. We are going to begin coding a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. Because I don't know if you guys know, but definitely a couple of people in chat are like, oh, that'd be fun. We talked about it a little bit. Thank you for the love on the Ganon video. It's truly a pleasure that I get to do this sort of thing. It's like a privilege, and I just want to give you guys the best while I'm in this life. Give you guys the best material I possibly can while I'm still alive to do so. Maybe I'm being over dramatic, but Freddy Fazbear. So I'm really ready to go here. Maybe though, I should explain the thought process. I'm going to be talking while I'm coding, as well as explaining how I've come to the decisions I'm making, so maybe you have an idea of how these games are actually made. But I had to think about going forward. Here, let me just show you. How are we going to begin coding? Let's just keep it shrimple for now. I did this maybe 30 minutes to an hour earlier today. I was like, okay, what fundamentally is Five Nights at Freddy's? Five Nights at Freddy's, we're going to have a few little characters on screen. Let me just do an image, actually. I hate when it does that. It's like, this is essentially Five Nights at Freddy's, okay? I'm gonna draw it for you so you understand how my brain's working. Five Nights at Freddy's, we have the game window, right? This is what we have. The game window, all you are doing is controlling variables. And the variables, when they change, you have to do something. There's you, the player, and you have a 0 or a 1 over here that you control. So the player controls this and this, the two doors, right? This can be either on or off. And this is your interaction with the game world, at least in the first Five Nights at Freddy's game. You either turn on this one or this one. You don't even need lights, really. Lights don't actually play a big part. You just need to close these two doors. Let me write on, off. On, off. This is a 0 or a 1 here. Right? You were listening to rips. Okay? That's really all the player is. Look, we'll make him happy. I'm so happy! I love it! I love being alive! Woohoo! I got a flashlight! Woohoo! Yay! I'm on the computer with my fingers. Look at me on the laptop. I'm so fucking cringe. I'm watching RELAXALAX videos. Woohoo! Okay, so that's that. Then we have... That's it. These on and off switches are your determination between winning and losing. But then here's the thing that is basically all of Five Nights at Freddy's. We have 4 variables, typically. Probably more, but let's keep it simple. We're going to use shapes. Keep these simple shapes. We got a circle, square, triangle, parallelogram. This one is all of your animatronics. These animatronics, you can forget the cameras, pretend there's no cameras in Five Nights at Freddy's. Those are actually useless. These animatronics have one variable, and it's their progression variable. This progression variable starts at 1 in their first location, and then it progresses all the way to 10. When it gets to 10, they're at your door, or they're already inside, basically. When they're in here, and it's 10, a couple of other checks happen. Boom, you're dead, you're killed, that's it, when they're 10. So, your interaction with the on and off is basically, as they progress, so they all have these variables, this could be 1, this could be 3, 4, this one is 5, whatever. And how these change, how these numbers change, how these variables, the progression variable changes is the whole game. Harder difficulties, they go faster, or they do things differently. This one goes from they just go to different rooms, and these numbers are just basically saying to the game, okay, this is where this is at, put the camera on camera 2 or whatever, show them on the fucking camera. That's where they're at. That's all you need to really worry about. And then, when they're at level 9, this on and off switch comes into play. If level 9 is occurring, and your door is open, and And then it does another check, so maybe it does its movement check. So it has a movement check, it's like it's at 9, so if I succeed this movement check on level 9, and this is open, go to level 10, kill. That's all Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is. It's very simple. It's very simple. So I've begun doing just that over here. Also, hello chat. Write that down, write that down. You're learning? Yeah, I'm just gonna do a very basic coding session, a little basic idea. So I've made an object. This is object-oriented coding, not a big deal. It's very simple. This is Game Maker, very simple program for learning code. I recommend it if you want to learn basic game design. I had a couple of ideas how I would go forward with this. It's a little complicated. We didn't need to do it like a global array. We could have done something like each of the characters is a variable controlled within this object. So it could have been like circle equals 1. Square equals 2, and so on and so forth. These would be their progression variables. It goes up, it hits 10, you die. That's all. But I wanted to make it a little prettier because I didn't like that. I usually try to generalize my code very much, so I guess what I was doing is at the start of the room, you know how in 1020 mode you can select the values, you know, all of these start at 1. They should all start at 1, but I'm only doing circle for now because I'm going to make all those sprites later. Focusing on 1's kind of the way to go. So, this is an array. An array is just a way to store information, but think of it like this. The array is essentially a ray of light, a ray of God, so to speak. What am I listening to even? An array is just, it contains information. Let's just say this one is circle. Think of it like this. This array contains data that affects all the things, or it could affect all the things. It's a way to reference all the things. You want to reference all the things when we have all the things. We have to reference all the things. This one's circle, this one's square, this one's triangle, this one's why did I do the lines like this? I'm trying to just explain it fast. Triangle, square, rhombus. This is inside the brackets. Each of these places in the brackets refers to one of our things. We're defining that. It's not like inherent. We're defining those things. But the way we define it is like this. In the bracket, this first one is the circle, the second one's the square. So I could have a bunch of commas here. I could have this be true. I could have this equal 4. I could have this be donuts. And then, you know, each of the places here would determine a different value. The way I have it right now is this value equals their level. This is bad coding, but I'm just trying to, this is level, this is the name, it'll be referenced using, you can use references, I don't need to use a name, I could put 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, but it's easier for us humans to understand names. This trude could be like horny, the 4 could equal, I don't know, pizza meter, and the donuts could be favorite food. You see what I'm saying? Favorite food. You could have all of this defines all of the characters in the array. You'll run into problems though if we have, we'll run into problems later if all of these other defined entries of the array do not match, but for now we're just going to keep it simple. Both of them have a level you start with, level 1, because they're all going to start in the first position. Or sorry, they're going to start at level 1, you know what I mean, you give them a level in the 1020 mode. That's just default, that just makes it easier for later if we do it like this. And I'm setting all of these to 0 because we're not going to have 4 animatronics or whatever. We're going to have only 4. Then we create all of them. This is just you don't have to worry about this if you don't know coding. It's not that hard, but I don't want to explain it. So yeah. Then it's going to create an enemy. Where's the enemy? This doesn't do anything yet, but this is where we're going to have, this enemy is your animatronic. Okay? Loops on loops on loops. Yeah, we got loops. Professor Relax, which language is this? And is this program free? This is Game Maker. I think they have a free alternative. I don't know. Maybe use an array of structs instead of an array of arrays. Yeah, no, we're gonna use we use structs later. You could use structs though. You're right. It's not necessary because it's very preliminary here. If we actually decided that this was going to be a little bit more complicated, we could do that. Or if we wanted to define more variables, I'd use a struct down here when making them. And use the name in the array to define whatever. And then we use that to define whatever down here. So the switch will, in each of the enemies, they're all the same thing. They all do the same thing, but they're going to do different stuff. And then we just define variables here. So it's all set up now. Now we just have to decide. All I'm trying to do today is trying to get the game to launch. I don't think it does anything if I press play, right? It's just going to be an empty room. All we want to do is have it appear Oh no. Okay, it's loading to browser for some reason. Hold on. I don't know why it's doing that. Why is the night happening? Oh, it's the Genesis arrangement. Got it, got it, got it. Imagine not using Tick Clean Fusion. Thank you for the 500k. I think I have to do some settings here. I just kind of turned on the program and started coding, but you do have to start a few things. Let me see. We want it to launch as a default scripting language, yeah. Why did it launch to browser? I didn't want it to do that. Windows. I don't know. Why did it go to browser? It might be like because I haven't made a game from the beginning in a while. I had to learn coding as part of my health degree and was ass. It's not the worst. I think once you learn a little bit of coding languages, it's a little bit you can sort of figure out how to do it yourself. Disable file sandbox. I know I have to do something here to get it to launch as like its own program. I'm just forgetting why it launched to the browser for some reason. I don't know. How's progress so far? I learned so much. Oh, this is the first. We have not done anything. This just started. Interessant. Maybe I did something on the creation. Like, it's fine if it launches to browser. It's just kind of weird. Weird. Hey, what's this guy doing? He's got Frank for eyes. Are you my sister? Are you trying to pretend that I don't know it's you? I'm trying to... We talked about on stream that I could probably do this. I just have to kind of remember, because I don't know why it's not launching. I guess it doesn't matter. Let's focus on the code. So, what is my game start commands? It's TV time! Yeah, and we're not even using the TV. Maybe I have to go preferences. Yeah, sorry, this is just, I should have had this, default build target GX games. Compiling? I don't remember. Buzz Lightyear to start command. You're a Buzz Lightyear! Yeah, it's been a while since launching. Yeah, I don't know why, but maybe I did not do some shit. Everything should be basic. Let me try again and see what happens. It's running? Why would it be running? It runs to browser for some reason. Let me check something. New project. Close. New game. I don't want a template, I just want it to be, just want it to launch, man. Why is Balatro here? Default Balatro. What is this? Oh, get out of here. Okay, so I don't think I did anything peculiar. I think I just haven't made a game from scratch in eons. You know what I'm saying? No, we're doing we're doing like a big fucking, Stop the current project before running again? Why is it open? I'm in confusion. Oh yeah, we have behavior undefined, that's why. Sorry, I'm just troubleshooting. This is probably a new setting because Opera GX has it now or something. I don't know why it's going. It usually would open its own shit, but it's going to browser. Game Maker launching to browser. How to change? This is all coding is. You look up a lot of things. How to stop that? Okay, time to read the manual. Okay, so this is a problem. Semi-recent. Change default target. How do I change default target? Good song. Very epic. I at least want to show you what it's supposed to do. Wait, is this it? No? And then we can start coding the behavior of the... we're going to code behavior, essentially, which is just going to make the number go up to 10. Then that's like, we'll have the game. Then all I have to do is the art. That's the hard part. A game like Five Nights at Freddy's is literally all art. And it's really, that's the hard part. Change default target. But I could literally get PNGs of myself roaming around my house. Change default platform. In your project, top right corner, go to target icon. What the fuck? Why does it do this? This is so peculiar. Platforms. You need to be signed in to export to this target. Hello? Gamers? I'm not signed in? Alright. Give me a sec. Apparently I have to be... Why is that the case? Are you a fan of Porter Robinson? Yeah, I guess so. Make Pedo Bear one of the animatronics. That's so funny if I was like, you know, 13. Hey, Kiko. Hey, Fabio, sorry. Who's Freddying their Fazbear? I'm troubleshooting some bullshit thing they changed that I didn't realize they changed. But now I have to go into, like, Bitwarden to see my password. Don't you love signing into stuff these days? Everything is so much harder nowadays, it feels like. I'll have to sign in. Okay, let me sign in. As long as it's not sign in. As long as it's not popped up. That's the main concern you always have. Okay, shut up with the cookies, bro. What's my email? We're not popped up, right? Sorry, just give me a sec, and then we can get back to the animatronics. What is that? That is not the right icon.
How come nobody has made like a dubstep like Maddie style mashup?
Thank you. New sign in. Okay, that's epic. That's epic. Okay, now I can change the target to Windows. Does that mean it's gonna finally just work properly? It is. Yippee! We did it. Okay. Good show. Jolly good job. Sorry to abandon you guys for a second there. Wait. What is this music playing? Oh, it's Game Grumps? What? I gotta make sure none of this is copywritten. Hi, what's going on, guys? Select test as the platform. You don't have to sign in. No, it has new default settings, I think. It has new default settings to launch to browser, and you have to sign in for. It's fine. It's done. It's not a big deal. Now that that's done, we can actually launch it. It's not going to do anything because our step event does shit that it doesn't exist. Why is this run here? Behavior circle is not a thing. But this should run, unless there's variables that it uses that don't actually do anything. But just to show you that it is working, we can go to this object and we can create a sprite. And it should pop up, unless it doesn't have any camera set. Yeah, there we go. That's our animatronic. Do you like him? Do you want to make him? Do you want to see him move? Too bad. Doesn't do anything. So it is working. It's actually done. Your username is 1-2. That's pretty epic. I wish I did that. So that's our animatronic there. It has no behavior. But we can simulate behavior right now. I was gonna start just a basic script for enemy behavior. And this is basically the behavior of the animatronics in general. So let's just rehash here. Like we're gonna have animatronics created on per level. We could have like 4, we could have like 3,000. It doesn't matter. It's gonna loop through the amount. Bada boom, bada bang. It's gonna make each of these objects. It doesn't have to be the circle. You can have it set a different sprite based off of its name. There's other ways to do this, but for like, because I'm not gonna rush and problem solve and make it all pretty. Like, that's the one thing. Like coding, if it works, it works. Like as long as you don't like pigeonhole yourself later. That's the key thing you don't want to do is pigeonhole yourself. But some things take longer or are just like not great, but they're still fine. You're developing a game? Like it's for fun, it's not serious. So now we're gonna work on, so this enemy is created, we've seen it. What I'm also going to do is draw in the draw event, just for testing purposes. Test your might. I might. We're going to draw text at its maybe X plus, or maybe B box bottom, which is the bottom of the sprite. That is not the Y. Whoops. But B box. Let's just do X. X, B box bottom. And the string we're going to use, which is going to be our progress variable. So string prog. And if that is done correctly, progression, it's going to only be 1 right now. But when this loads, we have a 1 there. Oh yeah, we have to draw self too. I always forget that. Draw self to draw this actual sprite. Even though it did it before, it's not going to draw itself. Are you cringe? This is going to make it draw with a 1. That 1 is the progress of the thing. We're going to see that iterate. We can fix the position. You have to learn when coding that things aren't going to be pretty at all. They're going to be pretty like when you're 90% of the way done, basically. I've listened to that person Super Smash Bros. 64 based Deltarune AU music repeatedly. This is Pokemon Black. Are you joking me? Cash remix. Is this the Sonic Boom song I love? I've loved and I've lost. Anyways, we have enemy behavior. I'm not quite sure how I want to do this though. This is what I waited for to stream to like think about. Enemy behavior. So as recalled from our little diagram we made, if I can backspace enough, this prog variable is going to change the number. When this number goes to 2, to 3, to 5, to 6, to 8, to 9, oh shit, they're at your door. That's what we want. And then we'll create a player control object later. And then if the player's door is open and it's 9 and it does its behavior check and it's like, yo, am I hungry, bro? That's when it's like, oh, you're gonna get eaten. You're dead. You're finished. It's over. The 1-2, my username was actually because my YouTube account was linked to Google Plus and I couldn't figure out how to set a single word, so they added my first name, surname, and it was one. I see. Anyways, so that's what we're going to do. Yo, am I hungry, bro? So this is what I don't really know how to do. I would assume Five Nights at Freddy's, I believe from what I've heard from like video essays. Can we really call them essays though? I don't know what these songs are, but I don't want to get into trouble. I don't know what's going to be coming. Whatever. We'll just let it rock. I just don't want any like plagiarized stuff to come up in case someone actually is going to use this to code. Does it go from 1 to 2, etc., or does it go random? Does it go... I don't know how FNAF does it, but, you know, going from 1 to 2 is like, Bonnie is on the stage. Number 2, Bonnie is now in the middle room. 3, Bonnie is on that left room on the top. 4, Bonnie's in the middle hallway, and so on and so forth. They don't necessarily have to follow that. They don't have to go from 1 to 4. They can all have different behaviors. The generalized character scripts... I'm going to do a generalized script for now because they're all essentially going to move to 10. If we have to make different scripts for each individual character, that's fine. Put the best of Siva Runner gifts. Siva Gun. Where's my favorite one? Coaster Single Mix. That's my favorite rip. Played at my funeral. Oh, great. My favorite when they do a mix, and it's all my favorite shit. But this account has such bad algorithm right now. It's not doing anything. So, we have to decide its progress variable, how it changes. Essentially what we're doing is if something, it'll do a random roll. So, just generally, I guess, var R is I random... What is it? iRandom range between like 1 and 100, and if R is greater than let's see. We also need a counter too, I forgot that. Every 2 seconds they're gonna check upon their creation. I don't know if there's a generalized counter where everything goes on the same timer. That's probably what you do, right? You have a generalized timer that's always being checked, right? Since game start. Since room start? Since what start? Maybe a global timer object in the character controller that is always checked and like it's a count that's always progressing. I think that makes sense to me. Hey X, the YouTube emoji is heart toady with the yellow. Okay, I don't know what that means. But there is a playlist. Oh, you were telling me to use a shop between nights where you can buy items from animatronic to be used during the future night. My friend, my brother in Christ, I'm just trying to show you how easy it is to make this game. I'm not trying to like do. We could make a Balatro Five Nights at Freddy's. That'd be funny. I'm just trying to. I'm actually also trying to figure out for myself how I would do this. I mean, sure, like if we get far enough with this, I'm also just being like. Sorry, brain power time. Yeah, like there's a random range. It's gonna roll between 1 and 100 exclusive. So that means it's gonna, I believe it's 1 and 100. It's going to hit both of those numbers as well. If it was 0, then it would also hit that. So with this, isn't it, we only have 99 actual numbers it's using? If that's the case, I think that's the case. So it's a 1 in 99. Is this the Krusty Krab? No, it's Badrick. Is it gonna be lore accurate? No, it's gonna be squares and circles. So I'll thug it out and see where it goes. I'm thinking, so if this is bigger than the pass rate required, what I'm thinking, I was thinking in the shower, I'm pretty sure that each animatronic would have like a pass variable or a, because this is their movement opportunities. So let's redo. Movement opportunities. Opportunities. That's word. Oh, I almost threw up. That's movement opportunities. It needs to do 2 things. 1, pass its level-based movements. So let's say, for example, the pass rate on level 1, it could have an array that it decides from. Pass rate, level. This is just, these aren't defined yet, but I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. You have a pass rate array, and you input the level of the animatronic or the enemy. R needs to pass that. If it's on level 1, you could even do a formula, but just making an array is also easy. This will be defined inside of the enemy, and the level will define what the pass rate is. So pass rate, level 20, pass rate is like 1. That would be insane. It would be more likely maybe like something like 5. Whereas pass rate on level 1 is like 90 or something. So it's like very hard to roll that. Actually, it's a 1 in 10, what am I saying? So you maybe make it 98. So they're not moving at all. Or if you want them to not move even more, you level 0 means they just don't move. Right? They're like, it's like 101. It can never roll past that. So that's what I would do. So if this, that's one thing. It passes level-based movements and time passes for the check to be made, right? So if this and global timer is greater, wait, global timer? If global, this is a weird way to do it, but global mod 2 equals 0. Modulo is division in remainders. So each, well, actually this is not correct because I'm thinking timer, I'm thinking 2 seconds. 2 is not 2 seconds. Timer is not going to be that. I believe the way you do this is timer times room speed and then 2 times room speed. Is that making sense? I don't remember. A roulette. This would be fun. Five Nights at Freddy's Balatro or roguelite. I just say Balatro because it's like, who cares? Times room speed. I believe this would give you whatever the timer is times the room speed. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. It would, wouldn't it? Unclear. I'm unclear on the metrics of how timers work in room speed, but effectively all I'm trying to say here is timer goes up. Actually, no, timer stays. And yeah, timer stays because I believe it'll do however many of these per frame. And however many frames are in a second. Fezatro? Yeah, but it's like actually fun. Oh shit, oh no, I've made Monica appear on my computer. So something like this. This is what I would do. I have to make these variables actually defined though. Since they're going to be run through the enemy, or sorry, through the actual enemy object, these can be stated here. Level is going to be carried from the previous variable, so I don't really think I need to do anything. Level should be carried over, which means in the enemy controller, when it gets created, we make a level variable, and the level variable is just the same as above. It's a global thing, or global enemy 0, and I don't need to var twice. Never var twice, that's what they say. You never want to var twice. You never want to var twice, it's too many vars, man. Equals this 0, if I did that correctly. Yeah, right. L is not defined. I'll show you defined. Boom. Level is now defined in each of the creations. Now, bida bing ba 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 ba. Go back to the child. Hello, little child. Your level is now mine. Pass rate. Pass rate array. Rate array. Equals what? Who cares? We'll go like 1,000 because that's 0. Level 1. Level 1 would be like 98, level 2 is like 90, level 3 is like 80, level 4 is like 70, level 5 going to 65, level 6 is like, let's go up to like 47. There's probably a better way to do this, you could use math, but we're going to keep it simple because I don't care. Level 8 is 10, level 9 is 5, and level 10 is 1. And let's just do something like that. It'll be, working with extremes is easier at the beginning of coding, and then you can fix it all later. And then that's the pass rate array. And pass rate will equal pass rate array equals pass rate array level. And that should be the money. And we can also have this in the step event change if we want to do it on the fly. Right? Whoa, Lax making a game now. Neat. I hate too much var. You never want too much var in your fucking eggs. It's too much. They have chemicals. I'd buy a FNAF wristwatch game if Scott made one. Oh, interesting. What's the idea with this one? The idea is we're going to make it. The idea is by the end of the stream, you're going to see stuff happening. What I want to teach all of you, what I want you guys to take from this is not Five Nights at Freddy's, but literally the game is so fucking simple that you could make a game. You could make a hit indie game. It's just down to a core idea. Fuck your stories. Fuck the characters. You have a gameplay loop idea. Figure out a simple gameplay loop. Then you can come up with the characters that are in those gameplay loops and the story and the lore and all of that. Don't come up with that first. Come up with the gameplay loop first. That's what you can understand from this. Is fundamentally, you can make something just like this. It is not, for like, literally, I'm not trying to say Scott is not special. I'm just saying that you are also special. You have the power. Anyways, what are we doing? We have pass rate now. Pass rate will pass rate array level. The level is set up from the creation. I can make that look a little nicer later. Into the enemy behaviors. Now pass rate is its own variable. We don't have to set up the level. Although we could. We definitely could. We could do that as its own thing and I don't need to have it set on its own. But we'll set pass rate. It could be an alarm. What are you worried about? If R is greater than pass rate, which it should struggle to do so most of the time, it should struggle to do so. It should not make past the pass rate a lot of the time. We could change the variable to be 1 in 1,000, right? Like, if we're finding that the numbers, you can do a lot. You can do a lot, but I think this makes sense to me. And then global timer is not something that even fucking exists. So we're going to put the global timer in the character controller because this is an object that's just going to be around all the time. It's going to be there. It's sort of like Golden Freddy. It's going to be there at all times, but it's not going to really do much. It's just kind of overseeing the thing. Global timer equals 0. What's the global timer do? We'll just display that for you. Global timer plus plus every single step. What does that look like? Why don't we find out together? Timer increments. You usually do these sort of comments in order to remember what the fuck you're even doing at any time in your life. We're gonna put it on... I don't have defined room oh my god, what is the room width? Room width minus var text, var, oh my god. Var string equals string golden global timer. There we go. And then len equals string length string. Great. Epic. So cool. He loves to see it. They love to see a little guy on the loose. The length minus the room width is the X. The Y is, I don't know, like 12. And the string is string. That should do exactly what I wanted it to do, I think. Let me think. This isn't being called, but if scripts break, I'm pretty sure it doesn't run anyways. But let's just make it a closed statement here. Let's make it look pretty. Should work. Okay, good. Okay, so now, if I'm not wrong, it should just work. Where are you? Oh, it is. What are you doing over there? You can see just a little right there. You can see it's doing the thing, but it's not doing the thing correctly. Why didn't you do the thing correctly? String. What am I hearing right now? Oh, it's Family Guy. Bangin' video, my man. Thank you, Morning Dove. Hey, Jailer. Hello, gamers. I hope this is interesting for you. Do you guys have any questions or you have any sort of comments? Please let me know. I am reading chat. String width. You got me there. Sorry. That's the thing, though, because I don't think of length as vertical. Thank you, 1-2. I'm guessing you code a little bit. Yeah, there, you see. So, there's our timer going up. Imagine this every time Freddy or Bonnie moves from camera to camera. It's referencing a timer. This timer ultimately could be used for anything. It's just a timer. It's just incrementing every freaking frame. Look at that. It's so fast. So sexual. Sorry, not really, but... So, let's make it look a little interesting. Remember what I said? Let's get this thing to 10, and that's when you die? This is fundamentally how the whole thing is done. In here, if the pass rate is greater and the global timer is greater than 2 seconds, which is... Yeah, I think this is correct. I think this is correct. I'm not fucking sure, though. Random range is greater than... Not global timer. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm right. So this, if it's greater than this, check if a movement occurs. If it doesn't occur, it has to go through the timer again. Mod 0 means it does it every 2 seconds. Unless I'm wrong, is it mod or is it div? No. Do we want it to be div? If the timer is a... It can be divided into the room speed, or is it the opposite way? We'll figure it out. If it doesn't work, we'll figure it out. I think you want to try more before since Mega Man X base. What? I want to learn more before trying since Mega Man X base. Probably going to gather some experience. It's mod. Okay, it's good to have someone in the corner because I just I know what I'm doing, but I forget certain things. But essentially, we're looking to see if it is, it has no remainder every 2 seconds, but I could be wrong. It's okay, it's part of the process. That's the thing, I'm not a good mathematician, I'm not good at math. But if you can code, you can learn how to do it. That's what I always try to impart, is that you don't have to be smart. You learn as you do. As long as you have a willingness to learn, you can do anything. So let's just say level goes up. No, not level, prog goes up. Prog plus plus. That's it. So, if I'm not incorrect, that should work if I actually call the script enemy behavior in the enemy. Here. Is this Gusty Garden raw? Oh, please wrap in parentheses and use double double for comparison. I refuse to do that. I'm him. This is not my... What do you want me to do? Equals equals? This? We are not the same, clearly. I'm not sure about operator presence with the modulo. Operator precedence with modulo. We're all gonna find out, aren't we? Let's just see if that number goes up, if I did it right. So this object's created, it's in the room, it runs its step, the step runs, it'll run this. We could even debug check if the R is running. It's not like major. I just want to see if that number goes up. It is going up. You see that 3? Why isn't it doing it? Oh, there it goes! Look at him go! Although that's not every 2 seconds. It is going up, so it is running the first one at least. It's probably that my... It is doing its movement check, so this is going to level 20 and then it would max out, I guess. Whatever you want. It could be 10, it could be 5, it could be whatever Oh, sorry, this is prog, not level, I'm stupid. But But yeah, 10, it kills you. So obviously that's too quickly, but we do see that there is a reaction there. That's all. That's it, that's all. It's just mod is not correct. What do I need for it to be correct? Is it the other way, maybe? If room mod this is 0, we'll get it right. It already went up 1, 2, 1, 2. Might be right. It's struggling. He thinks, therefore he is. Maybe I'm wrong. I just want to see it hit that 3. I just want to see if it actually, if I did it right, because why is it at 2? Why did it increment? I should have a reset button. Should have a... Oh, fuck. I hate defining... Jesus. Keyboard... What is it again? Keyboard, check key. Keyboard pressed, ord R? For reset? Is that right? Var equals this. I forget. It's like you do this at the start and then never do it again. Seriously. Okay, so if R game reset. Okay, that should work. I don't know. We'll see. You just have to wrap 2 times root speed in parentheses? You think so? Yeah, it's not working. All right. 1-2's got me on the... You're doing a 1-2 combo on me. Poof, poof! 1-2. Poof, poof. Poof, poof. Yeah, you might be right. What is happening here? Whoops. Because I do believe this is right, because room speed initially is like it multiplies by the actual frame rate or some shit. Yo, what's the deal with FNAF? Okay, we're at 1 again, which... Hey, it's working! Okay, good. When you're right, you're right. So, this is what's happening right now. You see this 2 in the top left corner? Every 2 seconds, it's checking. Hey, do I pass the movement check? Do I pass the vibe check? No. Although it should be passing a little more. What did I set it to? I set it to like 98. So it's a 1 in 100 chance. Every 2 seconds, 1 in 100 chance? Yeah, that's pretty low chance. There we go. So this is actually pretty accurate to the movement. This is actually too fast. This is like 2020 mode speed. Because Bonnie's already moving down the hallway and shit. Yeah. The movements are way too quick, so it's like, yeah, we might have to go to, What's the deal with the FNAF game? Is there a gimmick? My friend, my brother in Christ, we're just trying to make it. This is enlightening for me, because this is what we're trying to do. I'm trying to impart the wisdom onto you that this is all it is. We're changing one number here. We're making the 4 go up to 5. And when it gets to 10, Bonnie's at your door. Or 9, Bonnie's at your door. Number 10, Bonnie's in your office. That's what I want to impart to you. That with this alone with this knowledge, this is all the game is. It's just number move up. And then you have cameras and art that make it look pretty. So, the movement's stopping though, so... It is rolling. It's 1 in 98 or whatever. 1 in 99. So maybe it is fast enough, because this is still kind of slow. This is where balance comes in, but as long as we're seeing that it's working, I'm pretty fine. If you want to see this number go hog wild, let's where's the hog wild button? We want to see this go hog wild. So this is 98. Let's make it 1. That number is going to be going up as the timer goes up. Or no, never mind. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1. Okay, so the checks are working. It's working completely. Every 2 seconds, they absolutely move. Which is actually more like, how experienced are you with Game Maker program? I'd say I'm pretty intermediate with Game Maker. That's why I'm like, oh, I could make a fan game of Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't think I'm cocky in saying that. I think we're already most of the way there in terms of the coding. Well, not really, but... The shit that I hate coding is menus. I don't enjoy making menus. I don't want to do that. I'll just do a little quick one off stream, because it's just not... Don't want to code a menu. very easy. Or any UI stuff is so fucking annoying, and placing stuff on screen, that's where a lot of time in game development goes. So this number is going up. Now the only way for me to, if we really wanted to make this a game now, I'd have to make a player object and they can press a button. That button turns open, close the door, right? Right? Yeah, how would I do that though? This shit's small as fuck. Player control object? Player control object, yeah. Or player objects. Just stuff you can interact with. Is that what I want? Is that what I want? I'm trying to think of the best way to do this, but I want to make it so you guys understand too. That's the key thing. Ain't the real game just static pictures? Indeed, that's what I'm trying to show you. Hey Verb, thank you very much. It's not very interesting, but I just want, because most coding is not interesting, but it's not difficult. It's not something that's out of your reach of ability. It's just about making choices, and choices that can affect your later choices. Such as the choice I gotta make right now. If I want to make it as simple for you guys, I make an interactable object that's a 0 or 1 that checks if... Yeah, it's just a door. Let's just call it the door. Let's just make it obvious. A door is something you understand. A door is either open or closed. Right? Object, door. Okay. What do we want to do with this? This is always... Okay, who else codes? What do you do here? Determine doors state. What do I make the variable? Do I make variable closed equals false? Or do I do open equals true? Oh, but if it's open equals true, when it says closed, I think that means it's a bad thing. But like, is there like a tried and true? Is there a tried and true methodology to determining how you decide which? Because then you're doing like double negatives. Because then you're like, if closed equals false, then that's a good. Like, or it's bad. It's bad if it's closed. If closed is true, that's a good, right? Closed is the thing you want, so you're going to be checking if closed equals true most of the times. So its default state is open, so maybe we... Anyways, door equals door versus 1 versus 0. Is that what you would do? That makes more sense. Door state, door state. Alright. I think much more humanly. Door equals 0 because it's closed. Or open, sorry. Door is open. You can fit so much in this O. You can fit so much in this 0. That door, that 1, nobody's talking to him. Nobody's talking to him. The door is open for business. Essentially, what we want to do here is if mouse click is over the object, which I might need to just make a little stinky little sprite here. It's fine. This game of tag is boring. Like, what's preliminary here? We do this as the first sprite. The second sprite is the same thing with a giant stinking X in the middle. This game of tag is boring. Is there a... I never use this. Is there a symmetry? Is there a symmetry option? It's not important, but... Time stop. What the fuck is that? What did you do? What did it do? Oh, you did something. Oh, this is confusing the balls. What did you do, man? What are you doing, man? Okay, forget it. I don't even care anymore. Just gonna draw it. Just gonna draw it. No. Just gonna do a giant... Maybe not that giant. Like, I really never use this, huh? Big X. Oh my god, it's closed. Or is it open? Now I want it to be a real door, actually. I want it to be a real doorway with, it's like open. You can see the trees. You can see like the door frame. It's very pretty. It's a door. That's a door. Look at your cool ass door, man. Look at your cool door. It's Monsters Inc. in the business. That's an open door. Closed door? Holy shit. Who invited this guy over? He doesn't know how to draw doors. What a dumbass. Boom. Doors closed. Be gone, thought. There. That's simple. The kids will love it. It's coding for idiots. All right. Beautiful. Look at our beautiful door. Okay, so what are we doing here? Door 0, whatever. This is checked by the player, the other control, the enemy controller. And that will be like, fuck. Now that's a damn door, I'm telling you. It's a pretty beautiful door. Fuck. Duck. It will just check if the player is clicking over. So like, we could even do player presses a key on the keyboard, door is closed, door is open. But for the Five Nights at Freddy's of it all, let's just do like, if mouse X and mouse Y and player left click, I think I should make that a variable, right? Var. I would make the player's cursor a separate object, but no, it depends on what you're trying to do. I think it's fine here. What are we trying to do here? Check pressed or mouse button check press button. What's the buttons? How are they defined again? M left. MB left. Is there MB left? I want some chicken. Bar mouse. Yeah, you might have to make that a variable. Check mouse button left. I think this will make it. I always forget which is which, but one of them is checking each frame if it's pressed, so the result will be it just keeps opening and closing. Door. Is this bad coding? Because I just wanted to go from 1 to 0, so... I know you shouldn't do if door is 1 equals 1, door equals 0. Else door equals 1. Some bullshit like that. Very preliminary. I'm pretty sure there's a better way. This game of tag is boring. I'm out of here. And then... let's just do, just draw the motherfucker. Draw the motherfucker. What are you trying to do? Oh, I'm just trying to draw the door, open, close, open, close. Draw... or no, we don't need to do that. We can just set it for now, right? And set the image index to whatever it is. Okay, whatever, man. Image index, or image, was it image number? I always fucking, don't know how to set these. Is it image number? Because you just want to set the sub image. But I think this is a read only. Yeah. Is it image index? Sorry, you'll have to forgive me. Sub images. Yeah, I thought so. It's not read only though. Yes is equal to 0. Is this fucking fucking fence pole bullshit? I don't remember. I don't remember if the emoji heap is. Door is open, door is open. If door is closed, door is closed. It's a very simple. Or you could set image index to the door if we were smart, but we might change it later, so let's just keep it simple. Does that work? Well, if it existed in the room, it would. Let's just put it then. Is this just default Bob-omb Battlefield? What? Oh, yeah, see. Okay, so it is working. Oh, because it's animating. But the way I press it, it's going crazy! Someone's gonna lose their fucking mind if they saw that. Okay, but it works. Two things to check though. Check pressed. Okay. And image speed equals 0. In the create event though. Don't need to do that every frame. Ba-bing, ba-boom, ba-bing, ba-boom, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay. What are you trying to do? If bbox bex is less than mouse... Sorry? If bbox left is less than mouse x, and mouse x... Oh, that's a way you have to do it if you're not using the way I'm doing it. Like, you'd have to do that. There's ways you have to do it if you're not drawing the actual, if the actual sprite you want to interact with is not the object's bounding boxes, no, that's not how you do it. That's how you do it if you're doing it another way, but this way is just I'm using the actual bounding box if it's overlapping. So this is fine, it works just fine. Oh, it doesn't. Why is it not? Hello? Bill? You might be right. You might be cooking. I'm also stupid. I meant to say, if mouse X... Sorry, I'm going too fast for my own good. If mouse X, what is it again? If instance place mouse X, something like that. If instance place, is it instance place? If the place of the instance is also the same position as the mouse X. No. Yes. No. No. You're stupid, Alex. If mouse X equals X equals Y. That should work. Can you add anime girls? It might be something I can do. You might be right. This is because it's on the X and Y. I thought if it's, okay, you might be right, but I thought it's, if it's overlapping with the bounding box at all. But you're right. When you're right, you're right. If mouse X is less or greater than bbox left and blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. I hate it, but I'm gonna do it. And mouse X is less than bbox is the bounding box, aka the size of the actual interactable object. That's a region. We're making a rectangle here, and it's checking in that rectangle if you're cringe or not. That's all it's doing. Greater than bbox top. And mouse Y is less than bbox bottom. Y goes up to down. If the mouse is less than the bottom of the box, that means it's inside it. If it's more than the top of the box, that means it's inside it. You capiche? Thank you, 1-2. This is very actually helpful for me. Can you make the music for your game? I got 10. Can I make the music for your game? This is literally only to demonstrate that it's very easy to make a Five Nights at Freddy's game, and I want to do it for fun. This is not, I'm not trying to like be the next Scott Cawthon, I promise you. It would be funny if it happened though. But it's not, I just want to do this. I want to do this for us. We're going to make it funny. It's going to be memes and jokes. We could, because it's the first Five Nights at Freddy's, I just want to see how simplistic it could be. Instant place would work also? Yeah, probably. It's okay, I just want to demonstrate what we're doing here. But we needed to have it make sense. Make sense? Open door, closed door. Open door, closed door. Now, this is all very bad, but look what's on screen right now. We have the animatronic in the top left here. They are moving. These numbers here is their movement opportunities, and they are moving every 2 seconds towards the door. I haven't set it up, but when it hits 9 and the door is open, that's when it's inside. We can even move it to the door and it'll just put on screen you're dead. And that's it. We could have the game end, the window could close, any number of things. Scott allows fan games and remakes. Not what I was implying by that, I was simply demonstrating that it would be a fun experiment to see if we could make one together. And to illustrate to you guys that if you're not coders, you can be. Because I've demonstrated time and again here that my practices are not optimal, but it doesn't really matter. It's about doing, not doing it the best. Although if you can do it best, you could probably do it faster. That's fine though. We're not focused on speed. We're focused on cringe. Ganondorf Amiibo jumps here. Like I'm saying, like because Five Nights at Freddy's is fundamentally images, I could also be bigger on screen. I don't know why I'm so small. I don't need to be making myself small in this world of hurt. And we can have, like, the coding can be over here, I guess. Nah, we'll leave it. It's okay, it's alright. I got something you may not enjoy. Be a little bigger. Now I know how Spampton felt, he just wants to be big. Yeah, this is good, right? Yeah. I'm always afraid of information leaking from my computer. How long till you lose your mind re-explaining for new people? Oh, I don't lose my mind, man. I'm a very patient person. How's it going? Not the bad. We are making Five Nights at Freddy's. Very preliminary, though. This is going to be circles and squares and rectangles, but I want to fundamentally show you that outside of how it looks, it could function as a game with losing states and winning states. And also to illustrate that most of games are polish, art, which is the bulk of a lot of the work that goes into them. That is something you'll learn the hard way. So, if you're an artist and you're like, wait, I can do art. Wait a minute, you could make a game. You just gotta take like maybe a year to learn maybe a little bit. I just pieced the face cam being like a Windows 98. That's sick. Yeah, I love it, right? It's cute. Makes you feel like I've been here the whole time. That I'm naturally gifted. And I have large quotas of different sorts of materials. So what was I doing last? We have to go back to the enemy controller. Sorry. It'll progress. If progression is, equals 9, or no, we want to do this before. Because it'll move the prog up. So if it's equals to 9, and door is open, door, oh, I guess we need to reference the object. Object door equals 0. You lose. We could just game end right here. Just to show you the game closing. I don't want to have to. Otherwise, I have to do you lose on screen, and it's yada yada. Like, but fundamentally, that's what happens. If prog equals 9, and door is open. We could even do this a little better. In fact, we could check if this is 9, and then it goes into another statement. It's like if door equals 0, you lose, right? But the only other condition is if it's closed. Else prog equals 1, and that's it. And that's it. You've beat Foxy. He's going back to Pirate's Cove, and that's all she wrote. Right? Am I cooking with gas or am I cooking with ass? Now we actually have an interactable game system here. Like, this is actually a game here. Watch. We're going to see 2 different results here. That number is going to go up in about, what, 16 seconds? Less now? This door is going to be open. If I close it when this thing is 9, it's going to go back to 0. Or 1. Oh, I see what I did wrong, but fundamentally it works. We stopped Bonnie. Bonnie got pissed. He went back to the show stage. Oh no, the door's open because I'm like twiddling my thumbs, like eating some Dorito tacos, whatever. And we did it! We made Five Nights at Freddy's in like an hour. That's it. That's fundamentally the game. You see that? We just made Five Nights at Freddy's. That thumbnail's nightmare fuel. That's literally just art from the first game. That's why the first game is peak. But yeah, that's fundamentally all you need to do to make a Five Nights at Freddy's game. And we just extrapolate on this, fiddle a little bit, and that's it. So now we could go in multiple directions. I think making a second door, because this checks only one door. This checks this with one door. We'd have to make it a little bit more robust to be like, okay, do I make a different enemy behavior script, or does the behavior script simply check for what enemy is being called? I'm not sure the way to do it. I think I would rather a generalized script where you input what character it is by just putting the name variable that's in all of the enemies, and then it uses a switch statement in certain locations, or it references the specific object's information that it has that's different, and does different things, like picking different doors to attack, or a vent, or what have you, I don't know. The playlist is pretty good. I want to get those remixes. Is there a link? This is YouTube's automated, I'm sure I could put this link though, right? Mixes are playlist YouTube makes for you. Can I? Oh, I could save the playlist to library. Can't believe I'm playing Undertale. I can't believe I'm playing Undertale. 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 Damn it. Is this gonna share to you? I'm not certain. Why isn't it just taking me to the playlist page, man? Well, maybe you can see this. Uncertain, but I hope you can. We really were a Cyber's World. Legend of SpongeBob, I guess. Hope that works for you. What's your favorite FNAF game? The first game is just so classic to me in terms of its simplicity and its effectiveness. I think I like FNAF 2 the best, and I've beat 1020 mode. So, I've dealt with the Toy Bonnie. Legend of SpongeBob, I guess. So, Undertale? They made a sequel to Deltarune? That's what I'm saying! I like Nut Dealer, personally. So, what now? Well, we're only creating one of these. Let's change the position, right? Let's just put it on screen in a better spot. Like, fundamentally, they're actually not appearing on screen. The way you actually... These are invisible variables that are always going to be at hand. Where the fuck are we? Where the fuck are we? Where are we? Where the fuck are we? I'm brain fogging right now. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. There's a lot of things I have yet to define, but I also don't need to. I think I'm going to ignore... Today I'm going to ignore UI, I'm going to ignore camera, I'm going to ignore... just like things that take time, like putting text on screen. That takes a lot of time just for nothing. It doesn't show you anything, it doesn't give you the results. What we want to see is the results. Screen positioning is just a bitch, so I want... But sorry for my language, but... Why do I think saying bitch is worse than saying fuck? I don't know. Because it seems like there's a little bit of stank. It's like I'm directing it at someone. Let's go. That must have been an achievement. What's been an achievement? An achievement? Oh, 1020. They should make a sequel to Shrimps called Shrimps 2. That would be a fun FNAF game if everything's shrimp, and then your reward is shrimp. Shrimp. Nah, it doesn't work. Ah, shit. Sorry, 1-2. It's just an automated playlist. You have to have a fucked up brain to have it, I guess. Legend of SpongeBob, I guess. I'll find it because it's not work. It's not like we are in a rush. It is not like we are in a rush or anything. Thank you, patrons, for supporting me into this month. I just want to share the playlist, man. Okay. It doesn't let me share the automated... Okay, sorry. I guess it's not happening, Chief. A million apologies. Shrimps are like Pikmin. Underwater Pikmin is kind of something that's yet to be explored. Brain is fogging. I want to change the positions of these and draw them to the center of the screen on an offset where it is in the middle of the screen. How hard is that, okay? Room width, right? Right? We do room width? Or is it window width? Screen width? What is its defaults? Okay, hold on. We're going to set this X variable. The Y is always going to be... I don't know. Let's just put it at 70. I don't know how big the screen is. We're not dealing with that today. But we're going to set the X variable. Var X equal... And it's going to be offset by the Y, the X, the I, the E, the... Also, all of the animatronics may or may not be there, but that's okay. We're gonna say there's always 4 and there's a slot for them. We don't need to make it pretty. Sorry, I'm just gaming right now. Gaming in my brain. Room width. Divided by 2. No, divided by 4. Times a separator? Hold up, we them boys. I just, hold on. I hate putting stuff on screen and trying to get it right the first time. But it is just math, my weakest area. So we go half the screen, and then we're gonna have a variable like, sep equals sprite width. Sprite get width. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. It's hard to explain, but I'm just trying to put them on screen in a nicer, prettier way that like is visually pleasing. Is it important? It's not really important, I'm gonna say. Do I want to do it? Yeah, I do. Room width plus the sep divided by 2 puts us where that is, times I or some shit. No, it would be sep times I. It's sep times I. Septum piercing times I. This middle position of the screen, or is this plus sep times I. That's what we're going with, okay? Don't fucking at me. All of them are activated. We're gonna give them a sprite now. Very quickly though. Duplicate. Duplicate. Duplication! Square. Edit. Square. What the fuck? Get out of here, man. Square. 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 Yay. We're just making our animatronics. This is the animatronics we're making. Triangle. Why did he duplicate it 3 times? I don't know. It felt right. Sometimes you just gotta do things that feels right. I'm not trying to tell you this is how you're supposed to code. I'm just saying that, like, I'm a different beast. You know what I mean? Triangle seems orange to me, you know what I mean? Don't you feel like a triangle might be a little orange? Oh, is that how it's done? Oh man, this is... Are we sure there's no symmetry tool? What the barnacles? Where's the symmetry tool? Like, it's gotta exist. It's gotta exist. Nice grid. Where'd you get it? Split horizontal? No, what are we doing? What is this? What are we doing? Stop! What is this? Get me out! Shrek! I'm looking down! Ah! Okay, the triangle... Yes, the triangle's gonna be a little scuffed. Because I don't care. You heard it here first. Alax does not care. He never cared. He never cared. He never cared. What's the last shape? Rhombus? Rhombus. Rhombus versus Luigi. I'm fucked. Okay. How do you do a rhombus again? It's like, you know, like... Everybody get up. But it's hard to do like a rhombus in this environment, you know? Like, the government is not helping us here. There's a whole government shutdown and the rhombuses have nowhere to go. Okay. Look at this. This is art. This is, I just want to get it on paper. This is an important part. I'm telling you, what I'm doing right now is ugly. It's the most important part of coding and game development. Just get it down, bro. Just get it down. Sorry, you're saying so sigma. Triangles, oranges, circles, green or yellow, square is blue. No. So green. Square is blue. I think we have a lot of... So they fight Luigi to cope with the government shutdown? What, the squares? Or the rhombuses? It's a very tough time in the world. I just hope all the rhombuses out there are okay. We have this. We don't want it to draw the circle anymore. So, draw sprite. Or, no, we draw self and we change the sprite index to sprite. SPR square. SPR. Switch statement for all of these is cute. Will be on the test. And finally, we will do sprite index is equal to sprite Baba Booey. If I'm not incorrect, that's correct. And it should draw 4 of them now. On an offset? Did I do that? I'm literally brain fog. I don't remember what I did. What? There. Is that cool? Are we good? So if I press play, you're gonna work, right? You're gonna fucking work. Oh! But now we have 4 animatronics all moving on the exact same interval, ready to pounce at any fucking moment. It should be SEP. It should be SEP, man. They should... Oh, they're not. It should be SEP times 2 or something, or times 3, or times... your mother... what? Times 2 or something? I don't know. Times 2, times 1, times a billion? I don't know. Where's Chica? Oh my gosh. So here are animatronics. And this is our door. The door is closed, they can't get in. Watch. There's nothing they can do. Not a thing in their power can stop them from getting in my door. Look. Wait, what the hell happened to the square? They're on level 9 now. They go back to 2 for some reason because it increments the thing. It shouldn't increment, which I gotta fix. Should put them back to 1. Like, you're the one that I think about always. This only really just needs to be an else. My love is your love is mine. You are the one that I think about always. Okay, cool, great, fantastic. Wait a minute, did this shit not because it isn't? I think this thing did not because it isn't. Think of it like this. That 1 did not pass the movement check because it rolled a 1. Is that correct? Or am I just forgetting some key information here? It's possible. I am known to forget very important information. Did it roll to 0? No, it wouldn't be able to do that. I think it has to be. I think it rolled a 1 and it has to be greater than 1. So that's funny. That is funny. Square is a slacker, I guess. It literally rolled a 1, which was not enough to pass the move check. The vibe check was not passed, essentially. So that is essentially Five Nights at Freddy's. If we want to... We don't... What did I just hear? The hell? If we want it to be more complicated, fundamentally all you need to do is add a second door, and then power. Power is just a variable that always is going down or something, or maybe it's not going down at all, but if you're using a door, it adds to like a certain value, and then it gets truncated to 99. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Let's add a second door and change the behavior so each individual one acts on a different door. And then we can get a little feisty with it. Circle, we're going to mimic Bonnie behavior. So it's always going to go to that left door. Always. We only have 1 door right now. But... this is not how I would love to do it, but just for the sake of speed... We're going to duplicate the door. We're going to have 2 doors, right? Variables, we are going to give it some like otherworldly wisdom here once it's created in the room. You can do this through variable definitions. And what? I guess door number. You are 1. Our door number is a real, an integer. I think I'm just gonna make him a real guy. He's just a real guy. He's a real fucking guy. He's a real one. And then door number can be changed to 1 or 2. Default's at 1, so this is 1. This one's 2. This is not how I would do it, though. I hate using room-specific things for a game like this, because this game is fundamentally a menu, so I would not do it like that. But now... fundamentally, all we need to do is change the expression, or the, sorry, not expression, I'm not that smart. The enemy script behavior, it'll pass in, oops, it'll pass in the name of each individual acting butt baby. Name, okay, good job. It'll pass the name. The name is set when it's created, so it'll basically do a switch statement again. I don't want to do a switch statement again, but whatever, we're going to do a switch statement again. Just because they're going to have different behaviors. They could have different scripts, but if enough of, the way I do it, if enough of the script is basically the same, they should use the same script. Otherwise, make a new script. But it is going to do the same thing each time. But before that, it'll have special little quirky whatchamahabits. Check here. And circle, it'll define, we're gonna define a var check equals 1. Square check equals 2. These are the doors. Door 1 and door 2. Door 1 and door 2. Door 1 and door 2. Dormammu, door 2. That's what we're doing. They're gonna check door 1 or door 2. That's what they're doing. This is going to be more robust. Like, these aren't all going to be 1s and 2s later, but let's just make it obvious for the kids at home. If equals 0, I'm trying to remember what I need to do here. It needs to check the correct door, so it needs to check if the door's variable is the same. So, yeah. Okay, I was brain fogging there for a sec. If obj door number equals, what did I say this variable was? Check, right? Then the game ends, right? But this is going to cause a problem because we don't want it. We want it to. It's gonna be a little complicated. I need to check the right door. I need to check the specifically correct door that they are looking for. The game is a restaurant menu, and you have to pick the correct. I messed up, so give up. Yeah, you aren't funny. Sorry, you're dumb. Scart watched a video tonight? Wow. 25 shrimps. That's all we needed. Are you and Scott still in touch? No, we are not. Hey, I know this is out of topic. Do you think we'll be getting another Smash game? There's never going to be another Smash game ever again. I think they're done. I think they said that there's no point. We've failed. If var door equals no one with door obj, if door number. Oh, you want me to do a with? Yeah, you want me to check if it exists. Right? Something like that. Yeah, door ID or some shit, okay. So each of them needs to have a specific door that's the one they check, right? Okay, hold on. I know what you're trying to say, I just have to put it together in my head. But this is not the right way to do it currently. Sorry, brain's hurting. Oh, I know what you're saying, okay. Smash is actually becoming a Fortnite game mode, so everyone's actually here already. I still gotta hope, but I will be years for another game to come out. I don't know, it's already been like the approximate amount of time between games. So it's either Smash or Sakurai's not working on it, or it's just going to be a re-release of Ultimate. That's what I'm thinking. I know what you're saying now, 1, 2. I understand what you're saying. You set var door to no one, and it, like... I believe I understand, at least. I don't think it has to go here, but let me just write it out and see if my brain puts together the pieces as you're doing it. Door equals negative... I think -4 is the same as no one. I don't quite remember. -4 is undefined, but no one is a different variable. It's not the same. I swear it had an internal value where it was a number. No, it is -4. Okay, yeah, it's right here. Yeah. It is -4. Have I ever watched any Smash Imperialism? Imperialism? The game is your restaurant menu, and picking the right dish is how you survive. That would be a fun Five Nights at Freddy's game if I actually cared. No one. Door is equal to -4, which is just the same as no one. And then you're saying with a with statement with OBJ door. Do I loop through the doors and see if the brain is braining right now? I have to be sure that they're checking the correct door. It could be that the enemy sets the door value in the enemy. The enemy picks whatever door it is and they have a saved ID for what that door is. That would make it simple for me. So I'm just referencing what their variable for the door is, and it doesn't really do anything different, right? You know what? Eat Octagon. Ganondorf comes to your door. Will you let him in or keep him out? Well, if it's the character I made of Ganon, of course I let him in, but if it's the real king of evil, I'm gonna have to say probably not. But how do I set between the two doors? It just has to look at the IDs and say, this is my ID. Right? Something like that, but I don't want that to be nothing. Okay, I think I got it. I do this again, but I do it elsewhere. This is called generalizing, and it's not good to do in real life. My door, let's just say my door equals 1. All of them will have a different door that's their door. Hold the door, hold the door. Bing, bang, boom. 2, 1, 2, 1. Square goes through right, you go through left. My door equals 2. Now it will go with if obj door, or if instance exists, obj door. You get the instance number, you check the instance number, and then you pass through which one it actually is. Probably. Because we could have like 12 doors later. That'd be hilarious. If instance number, or should I just get the instance number and then loop through it? Like var door num equals instance number of obj door. And then, I don't know if you have to loop 2, but I'm just doing it. And then you loop for var I equals 0, I is less than the door num. My door's num. Why did I underscore you? I plus plus, boom bang bing. That is incorrect, sir. Please go home, you're drunk. Hey Lex, will Ganondorf reoccur more in the future? That is up to you guys, honestly. I wanted to put my all into a video and see if YouTube and viewers want this kind of content anymore. And if that's such as the case, then I'll keep doing it. But if I find that, you know, it just like underperforms, or I'm like, yeah, this is not... It's like a lot of work, and I have to sort of decide what my direction's gonna be. I would do it forever if I could, but I'd need to like know that it's viable. This took very long. It was a lot of work, so. And I'm kind of in the middle of 2 different wants of making different kinds of content, so. I think when your videos have a B-plot that hardly has anything to do with the topic. I like when you a B-plot that hardly has anything to do with the topic of the video. When have I done that? I mean, this one had something to do with the video. It was Ganon, and he was upset. I was originally gonna have him be upset the whole video, where at the beginning he like takes me to his realm, and he's like, you need to look at all of my appearances, and I'm gonna force you, and I'd be like, no. But I'm like, that's a little, I kind of want to like sneak attack you, where you don't even expect it to happen. I feel like that's funnier. And it's just like, I'm the evil villain of the video. You need to solve my 8 crazy riddles. No thanks. What am I doing? We're rotating through the door. If door number for or you can do an instance place list, check the instance, and you could do an instance place list. There's only 2, so I'm feeling like there's gotta be a better way to do it, but I mean, fuck. I like problem solving. That's why I like coding. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, and by all means, tell me. But instance place list. Now this makes the list, right? Oh no, this is a list of them in the same location. Oh, wire. Let me remember how this even works. Either do manipulation of all instances. Oh, I see. And then for all instances for the code. Kind of want to see instance. I'd like to get a list of all of them. Is it instance position list? Unclear. Clearly I haven't done this in a while. It's only 2 doors, but this is fundamental for the fucking idea. We could have 3 doors. We could have like 12 doors. That's the thing. Like, if you want to make a real fan game, you could really do whatever you wanted. Instance find. The thing is, I'm trying to. I would need to instance find. You'd love to have Ganon as our prime minister. Yeah. Ganondorf actually makes it so healthcare is even more affordable and like free because he wants to break people's bones and them to heal better so he can break them again. So he's making it so healthcare is just like more accessible. He's building more hospitals. He's absolutely the best prime minister Canada has ever seen. This shouldn't be this hard. There's 2 doors. We want to check a variable to see if it's the door that the character wants to interact with, or is the one that they should be interacting with. That is fundamentally very simple, but why am I struggling with it? We are going through the list of... We need to have a list of instances first. Right? Var door list. Door list equals instance position list? Place list? Or position? Position and place are different, I forget why, but I think it has to do with the GUI. This is a great song. Oh, it's the 8-bit band. Fuck. They're poggers, bro. Holy smokes. Whiplash, literally. He makes us sure we don't pay too much taxes. He saw Yoshi a few days ago. He didn't like him, so he took off. Yeah, I'm starting to just slow down here because I'm forgetting how to code. Well, it is really just a technique that I don't remember how to use. But... we could also do it like... I don't like doing it like that. That's so inflexible. Alright, let me just take a second here. Whoops. Need instance count or instance count. Also, the instance number is the number of the door is. How many active instances? Oh no, this is the full number. Okay. Instance find. Okay, I found out how to do it. I don't like it, but it'll work for our purposes. My door's instance nearest 0, 0 OBJ door. That'll give us the ID of the door that we want to... Why did he write it like that? OBJ door. And then conversely... Okay, this works. It's fine, I guess. It's okay, it's fine. Room width. That means farthest door and non-farthest door. Okay? There we go. We don't have to do all this now. Now it just checks the door variable. Solution! I don't like it, but This is what optimal coding looks like. Okay, now... What? Well, I don't know. What? Progression is 9. It looks for... What did I call the variable again? My door. If, my door... dot door equals 0, then it's that. Simplistic, to the point, to the croint, to the sploint. Frankly speaking, it's to the sploint. I don't know how else to tell you this. There's a lot of sploints and a lot of cloints, but it's not to the floint. And we're not going to make it 1,000. Oh wait, we're not going to make it 1 either. We're going to make it like 10, 20. Let's make it 20. 20 will be reasonable. And unless I'm wrong, that should work in the way that I'm intending, and then we can actually see Five Nights at Freddy's. We did it. We made Five Nights at Freddy's. Look. Here's our door. And these are the animatronics moving. I'm going to close both the doors and see what happens. But I'm going to see who gets to 9 first. Who's going to get to 9 first? Rhombus is going to get there first, so going to keep the right door open. Boom. Works fine. Going to keep... Oh shit, I can't. They're all... I'm going to keep that door open. Boom, it works. Boom. Boom. Perfect. Now I can open this door. Boom. Square should go back to 0. Now both of them can be open, so we save power. And that's Five Nights at Freddy's in the simplest way, basically. And now the game's gonna close because we lost. Guys, we did it. Where's my chat? We literally did it. We literally did it. We made Five Nights at Freddy's. No cameras. So, what I'm trying to convey to the viewing audience here is that what I've just displayed to you is the fundamental makeup of the entire game. Cameras aren't needed for Five Nights at Freddy's. Cameras are completely for additional vision for the player, horror, ambiance, but this fundamentally is what's happening. If we remove these little icons, that's what's happening in the game. Next, you would add a camera, and each of these numbers would indicate a different position for the animatronics. When it's triangles at 8, Chica's in the kitchen. Oh, she's in the hallway. Oh, she's in the door. Oh, crap. She went to the door, and now she got beat, so she's going back to her starting position. This is fundamentally the core game design. It's not very pretty. What am I looking at? They move fast. Yeah, no, so we're just... Usually in coding, it's better to work with like extremes when you're just starting out. You're not gonna... A lot of this is balance. This is just balancing. Balancing comes towards the end. We're just trying to get it to work, so we're not concerned with speed or any sort of aspects of gameplay right now. We're just focused on the actual material function of the game. And so far, it materially works, but there's no challenge. Or rather, there would be a challenge if we had to worry about... we can probably do that before the end of the stream. Let me get some water, we can add a timer, or we can convert this timer to 5 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever. I'm like, did it snow? Holy shit. Yes, so you want to see, you want to feel like you're playing Five Nights at Freddy's right now? Watch this. Here, I think I could do it in under a minute. I just don't remember what calculation I have to do. But this is drawing the timer, right? Global timer. All we fundamentally would need to do is, let me think. Global timer divided by 10,000, rounded up. That might be too big. Round. Is this gonna give me 0 first? We should probably, and then, well, if we want it to be, what time does Five Nights at Freddy's start? Does it start at 11? Then, okay, let's do another variable here. Time. Real time equals real time equals, and we would do like, it might actually be modulo again, right? It'd be 11 plus what we want to have it say is 12, and if it goes past 12, it goes to 1. How do you do that? How do you do that in math? How would I do that in math? No, I'm actually curious now, because it's going to start at 11, so the base number is going to be 11, plus whatever this is, rounded, which is, this could be 1 after however many seconds. Then, when all of this goes past, it goes to 13, we would want it to be 1 instead of 13. What am I listening to? Is this SpongeBob? Oh, it's... why did I call him Sneaky D? Smooth McGroove. Okay, the songs are starting to get cursed. They're not rips anymore. This is it, Luigi! The barrier! I'm just trying to math this up. If you're just tuning in, we have made Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm just trying to make the timer make sense to people. You know what? We're doing military time. I don't give a fuck. We're doing fucking military time. There's probably a calculation here, but all the same. How do I convert military time to normal time? Real time equals script. Real time, string real time plus 00 AM. Correct? Right? Are we good? Are we groovy? It's underscore real time. I do declare that should give us time. Time! Wow, it's 11 AM. Oh my god. What's gonna happen? I think 10,000 might have been wrong. I'm not sure. We'll see if it goes to 12. Unclear. Uncertain, but if we do 10,000, if that clicker goes up to 10,000, which I think should take not too long, we'll see it go to 12. And so on and so forth. Hey, thank you, Rex Wrath. I appreciate that. I put a lot of time into it, and I'm just so happy that I lived a life where I could do a video like that. I feel very proud. If the algorithm doesn't want it, at least I made it something I'm really proud of, you know what I mean? If it's not for... Because nobody makes videos like this anymore, it feels like, and I just miss that part of YouTube. Everyone that used to do it has stopped. They've had to conform to what the algorithm wants, and it kind of sucks. So what you're looking at is 2 doors. I think 10,000 might have been way too much. But I just want to see it go to 12. Alright, well, if I want to see it go to 12 so bad, why don't you marry it? Yeah. I miss FunTube. I appreciate that, Rex Wrath. It is the next step. It's like what I would do all the time if I had the time and effort and money, but it's just so difficult to do on top of, like, life. There's our timer. Okay, so I was correct. I think maybe what I did was too much. Because we're going to 12 AM. We're going to be going to 13 AM. Oh, it just ended. I didn't close the door. And then, if you want to get even more fancy, this is not even the enemy controller anymore. I think this is just going to end up being the game control, or the other controls, timer increments, and power. I think on all we could do if money wasn't such a barrier, for real. Life is struggle. That's why I recommend to all of you, learn to invest and learn how money works in the grand scheme of things. If you're younger, start studying investments and what you can do for yourself to put yourself in a good position in 10 years, because they don't teach you this stuff in school. And I'm not saying, oh, it's time to get onto Bitcoin. It's more than that. It's being flexible and understanding. Don't just put your money into what the bank tells you is a good account. They want your money. If they're going to tell you, of course, like, hey, I'm the devil, You shouldn't eat the fruit, but it's pretty good. I don't know. I'm gonna have a bite. They said not to eat it. I'm gonna have a bite. You want? No. I'm sorry. You said but you could have one. Like, come on. Oh God, I forgot that I linked my Instagram, and now I'm getting messages. Jesus, gets messages when he has an Instagram. Horrifying. So battery. Global battery. And like game. What do we do? What does Five Nights at Freddy's do? This is what I would do. I would make it 99,000. Make it a real number. I'd make it 99,000, and it goes down by what? 1 every frame? Maybe just make it 9. No, I want it to have some sort of maybe one then 990, and it goes down every 1,000 timer. If global.timer equals mod 1,000, right? We're using mod a lot, but it is helpful to learn that. So timer gets to 1,000, so it's remainder is 0. If mod 1,000 equals 0, is that correct, gamers? I don't remember. Then global.power minus, or this way is right. Then we start at 990, and then this global variable for every. No, it should just be every frame. You know what I mean? Like, just don't add additional steps. Is what I'm trying to say. Don't add additional steps. If the door equals 1, power minus, right? Which language is this? This is Game Maker. It's its own special language in games. It knows games. It's the Game Maker. He's the Game Maker. You're the Game Maker, aren't you? Maybe 9,900. And then as we hang out, as we draw, we're gonna draw. This is time. This is power. Bada bing, bada boom. We're gonna draw the text, but we're also going to change it. We're gonna do the same thing as this. We're gonna do string t, string length t, string t, string p, string poo, string t, string poo, string shit, string out your butt, string smelt your butt. We're not gonna do real time though. String p is string round global battery divided by what? Divided by 100 and another bracket, and that's nuts. Oh, we're gonna do plus percent. Length P is length strength T. Sorry, this is very boring, but just give it 2 secs. Just shut up for a sec. Guys, shut the fuck up. Shut up. I know. Oh my god, it's so painful. Oh my god, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna piss. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna piss. We don't want it to be room width. We want it to be at 0. Right? We want it to be at 0, and we want it to be at room height minus length len p. Len p is not len p. It's actually height p. So, but we're gonna call it shut up. It's fine. Boom. Luigi, it's called Game Maker. Oh god, he's crashing out. I'm not crashing. No! Oh, it's a float. Why did you? I don't want you to be a float. I want you to be a. I don't want you to be a float. I want you to round. I mistook what he wanted me to do. There we go. That should be good. If I'm not wrong, this is gonna be your Five Nights at Freddy's experience. 99 power. Oops. Oh, I'm not defining things correctly. Battery, not power. Sorry, that zoom out was very painful in the eyes. Alright, now it should work. No, shut up. Okay, there we go. So there's our power. Let's close both doors and see it decrease. And like that, it shouldn't decrease very much. Is this C sharp? This... what the fuck? Oh, where did that happen again? Minus global power. Oh, that's when it reaches 1,000? Okay, so that's actually a good interval, actually, for the power to decrease just normally. Like, everything here is subject to be changed, just like a heads up. Totally subject to change. But Game Maker, I believe it's pretty close to, you guys are kind of covering it, but there's the power on the bottom left. We're not worrying about fonts or anything. And this is Five Nights at Freddy's, guys. We did it. In 2 hours, we built a Five Nights at Freddy's. This one's at 8. Oh no, this one goes to door 1. Now he's at 1 again. And this is a game in itself. I have to manage the power and ensure that I don't die. By just looking at the shapes and following which ones are progressing. We are at 1 AM already. Our power is not very good. Uh-oh, we're gonna have to have both these doors closed. But it makes my battery drain, oh my gosh! So spooking in Five Nights at Freddy's is sort of a polish thing. That's like, I'm trying to demonstrate to you that fundamentally, if we had the art capabilities and all of the animatronics animated and all of the things, the only difference between this and Five Nights at Freddy's at this point is fundamentally there's going to be a camera button down here and it opens some image on screen, and you press different cameras and it opens different images. We're at 3 AM. The timings are all bad, I know. It's going really fast. Oh my god, the animatronics are moving so fast. I'm aware. It works though. That's what you need to look for in game dev. You need to know that something is working. If you can fundamentally understand how it works, then you can modify it. And here, this is the core coding of the game. This is how the fundamental. We delete these guys, we make it look prettier. All of a sudden, and we had door lights or what have you. All of a sudden, it's a lot cooler. Oh, if you want to see me die. You want to see, this is what happens when I die, because all the doors are open, and if they've reached 9 and the door's still open, bye, it's dead. Interestingly, so currently Game Maker will interpret equals is an statement as, yeah, it'll interpret equals in an if statement as that. It will do that, yes. I think it's better syntax to do the double, but it works in Game Maker. So I haven't encountered too many or any issues with the equals. Yeah, so that is essentially Five Nights at Freddy's. I just coded that very simplistically. I didn't think it would be that fast, gonna be honest. But most of what makes Five Nights at Freddy's, I need to be big for this one. I need to be spammed in large. Okay, we there? Most of what you like about Five Nights at Freddy's is not, the coding is fundamentally simple. Obviously, the polish, the animatronics, the jump scares, the different wacky things that can happen on the cameras. These are additional things to the core thing. We're looking at the core, basic, fundamental idea of how to make a game. This is what it is. And most of the time, games are not pretty. They don't look good. This is how coding, or at least development, goes for most of them. And if you can wrap your head around that, then you'll have the power to make whatever game you want. If you can break things down to their core, simplistic facets, and you can understand them like that, then you will be able to make whatever you want, frankly. Which might be the hardest part, is understanding all you need. Because if this is all you need, what am I missing right now? Frankly. We could, honestly, next stream, I could download all of the assets to the first FNAF and just start plugging them in here, and you'll slowly see, oh shit, it's like fundamentally the same. The camera system will take a little bit of time, but all that is you open a screen, all these buttons appear. You know, I'll just have this on the screen actually, so you guys, I'll have the game going. Nothing happens when you reach 0 power, though. Here's our FNAF game. Both my doors are closed, though. Oh, I might have cut off power by accident. There it is. It's very small, but it's there. At 69 power, baby! On that Game Maker's Game Maker Toolkit type beat. You could have made FNAF style game in Flash back in the day. Yeah, totally. I could make it today. And, you know, just saying, it does not... You could have made this kind of game at any point, is I guess maybe that is what you're saying. But it works. The doors are there, the power... Nothing happens when power... I could just say the game ends when power equals 0. These are obviously, like, keeping the doors closed. It should drain your... It is draining the power, so we'd be losing, because it's... And the timing's not very good, because we're already at 3 a.m. Nothing really... There's no... The thing is, all of this is balance. That is most of... Polish and balance are all of game design. But, like I said, if we wanted to next stream, or whenever... I don't think I'll do this tomorrow, but if we wanted to... place the assets from the first FNAF game... I want it to reset. Does that work? It does work. I reset the game. If we wanted to put the assets, like, this screen is just the office. It takes a little bit to get it to do that scrolling thing. Not too much. I don't know how the buttons work. It's not that hard. I think he's faking 3D in that one with Click Team. He has to be. And, like, when you move the camera, it minuses the position, some shit like that. It's not hard, it's just kind of... It's like you're not thinking about the game design, you're just thinking about, like, little sprinkles of fun. Funny enough, you can do a FNAF game in PowerPoint. Trust me, I did. Oh, really? That's smart. That's pretty swagger. But yeah, and instead of just seeing these numbers go up and we're reacting to the numbers going up, we would instead have them appearing on certain cameras. Essentially. There's a little bit more tinkering going involved. But, yeah. We can continue this. The question is, what is our game going to look like? That's where a lot of it's going to be. Making the assets, and that's not very fun. That's not, well, I guess it is fun, but it's not very interesting to watch. So I could do that in my own time and then come back and have something that resembles the camera system. So you could, like, go from camera to camera and see information. Because that's all you're doing. You're just handling, okay, when square is at 3, what's it doing on camera? That's all it is. And that's why it's, this is where it gets fun, because then we get to think of ideas of what we want it to be. Roguelite? Yeah, that would take a little bit more time if we wanted to make it a roguelite, because, what would that even entail in the first Five Nights at Freddy's? I guess we could. If you really thought so, we could. First FNAF game, we try to copy it. Maybe not exactly. There's been enough of that done. But it's like the same game. Everyone follows the same rules. So, like, you know the rules already. Whoa, only 5 viewers on Twitch. You don't get viewers from there. Yeah, I guess not. YouTube just is my main platform, unfortunately. So, don't get a lot. I don't even know how many are on YouTube. Let's take a look. Oh, wow, there's 30 of you? Holy hungadero, Batman. Or now there's not, but there was. It's pretty awesome. You guys like FNAF. But, I hope this demonstrated to you, like, how cool this is. To me, it's pretty cool. We're at negative 83 power. So there's no lose condition right now. And we're at 20 a.m. 21 a.m. So we've already beat the game on both of these axes, or lost the game in one. Because it's all about creating the result. What's the result of this? What's the result of that? Because we do have the conditions. If the doors are open, we just die. Just flat out. So, yeah, it would be about defining what these do and make it look better. That's where a lot of the time goes in. It's going up these past few weeks. That's pretty cool. I love streaming. It's very fun for me. Yeah, but I think that's going to be it for me, I think. I think we've concluded the design, what I've wanted to do. And, I guess I'm just trying to give people who maybe don't know how to code. if you just take the time, maybe an hour or 2 hours a day, start learning an engine, start learning a language, maybe take after 3 or 4 months, you'll already have the fundamental skills necessary to make something like this. And if you can make something like this, the only difference from you being able to make something Five Nights at Freddy's related is the art. Because let's say these doors, let's say this looked like the office, we got rid of the squares, we put up a camera, and then all these variables are just on the camera. That's what this is. So, I hope you had fun. I did. It's fun how you strategically use running out of power as a way to beat the game. You can strategically use running out of power to beat the game. Oh, like in original FNAF? Yeah, it's an interesting strategy. It doesn't always work, though. I'll die now. I'll die now. I guess I'll die. Yeah, but I'm gonna rest. It was a tiring video to put together, so I'm gonna chill out. Tomorrow we're gonna be streaming more, maybe of that game we played yesterday, of another FNAF game, but yeah, baby! Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys immensely, and we'll continue this project later for sure. It was very interesting to me to try and piece together how to do certain things, because it isn't very hard. There's only, how many objects? Three objects here? 4 sprites? 5 sprites? But that'll be it for me. Take it easy, folks. I'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye. Have a good night.